ideally led by the counselor on a weekly basis via a push-in to the ELA class. So as most of you are aware, the ELA and the math curriculum are going to be new this year as well. So yesterday the ELA teachers had their PD and they were able to finally have an opportunity to dig through that, and tomorrow the math teachers will, and Thursdays are combined PD. So ideally what we're thinking, and again this will depend on your school, every Friday is when these sessions will be pushed, the counselors will push into the ELA class and facilitate these sessions within the classroom with the same group of students. So again, depending on your school, you might have one class of LINCT students or two, but you'll always be working with the same group of students once a week. Later on, I would say between November and December, we will also be offering optional clinics, which are additional sessions that you can facilitate during the school year. And with the topics that we'll be covering, we'll give you guys a survey because I kind of want to gauge to kind of see what topics you think your students need, and then we'll take it from there, but we will be offering additional clinics as well. Obviously there's no grading system because this isn't a class, there's no course code, these are just supplemental workshops that we're offering you guys to be pushing during ELA. And kind of Curtis talked about this a little bit. It's intended to be taught in the order that we're providing it, but you feel free to make changes as you will. What's going to happen is later on this week, I'll email everybody both PDF and Word versions of the curriculum, the Word. So if you want to make edits or any changes, you don't have to cross things out. And then the PDF, just if you need to print out additional copies, it's a lot easier. Everyone's going to receive a binder before you leave today, so it's one binder per school. So we make sure you have that. And that has all the handouts, all the materials, the career maps, all the sessions, everything that you need for the entire fall semester. Does anyone have any questions about that? No? Okay. So can I just kind of, because this is the first year that we're going to be doing this, I like to view the curriculum as a living document, really. We are going to continue to make changes. We are going to continue to make edits depending on the feedback that we get from everyone. So can everyone just kind of give me an idea, what do you think about it so far compared to last year and previous years? What are your thoughts on the sessions, on the lessons, on the direction we're taking?
I think teaching the skills is a really good idea. I just don't know how we're also going to navigate I mean, I'm not the college counselor at my school. I just do this. I push in.
Yeah.
So I do dedicate a lot of time to filling out the application. So I'm not sure where we're fitting all that in. You know, going through what the CUNY choices are, like I usually do. I review their transcripts with them.
In a classroom setting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm not the college counselor. They can't just come. I'm a related service counselor. I have kids that I see for counseling all day. So
then what I would say, because we're only offering those 10 sessions, and you have those 5 optional clinics, the 10 sessions aren't going to take you through the entire full semester.
Right.
There aren't 10 Fridays. These are the workshops that you can do in between the groups that you already need, where you look for applications and transcripts and all that. So even if it's a matter of having to maybe take out 1 or 2, or combining 1 to kind of shorten the days, you have that freedom and you can do that. You know, it depends on what works for your school, but that's why we kind of only gave 10 and the others are optional, because we understand that some people already have advisors here. So let's we already run these lessons that you can't replace this with that. So that's my suggestion, but again, it's going to depend on your school. Yeah. Anyone else? Did I see another hand? Any thoughts?
I mean, I'm just thinking that it's a little hard, I guess, for me to give feedback without trying it out. And so one of the questions I had was, as we're going through it, where should we be giving you ongoing feedback? Is that for you or for Curtis?
Well, it's obviously gonna go directly to Curtis, but we're all gonna, because he's developing it, but obviously I want to see it too, and we kind of work together to talk about the direction and everything. So I'm gonna be emailing everyone session reflections, that after each session, you can fill out their reflection and get it back to us, so that we have session-specific feedback and your thoughts about how that went.
So in that case, is there an expected time frame that we're doing these in? I know you mentioned the once a week on Fridays, but I know for our school, that schedule's gonna be very difficult for a lot of different reasons. And so I'm just thinking, like, how much room is there to make it our own, and can we kind of like negotiate that so we're giving you the feedback at that time? Like, I'm just, there's a lot of anxiety around getting it.
It's a little challenging for me to answer that question because I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe we need to touch base on once we can figure out what it's gonna look like at your school, you can come to some sort of common ground.
Figure it out.
Yeah. But, I mean, there is ways to make it your own, there is
Right.
ways because of so many other factors that go into the school day.
Yeah.
This isn't that rigid or stringent that you have to do it every Friday, just FYI.
And can I just ask, did I email the counselors the ELA the ELA curricula? No? Okay. So, did you have a chance to connect with your ELA teachers about yesterday's curricula? Some of you?
I texted her.
The ELA person contacted me right away. It was like, I want to plan.
think because we're sharing this openly now, if you go to the collaborative programs.cuny.edu website, it has, if you look at ELA and math or one of the menus at the top, it says collaborative programs.cuny.edu. And actually Monica's gonna pull it up now.
I was gonna write the address.
Oh, okay, so we could, she could, I can email it to you guys as well. But I shared it with the principals in AP. There's a link to our transition course materials for English and math. The reason we didn't share it publicly and widely is because we're in the process of, putting the branding, the logo, and right now it was done for Engage NY. And so it still says like transition course stuff, and we want to make sure it's branded to LINCT to Success. But you can take a look. I would not recommend that you print it out because there's a lot of materials. But the ELA curricula is very different from last year. So if you've seen the previous ELA curricula, you'll get a sense of why we have the lessons that we do for the counselors and how it fits into the English curricula and why we consider this part of our aim for the course.
Are there still going to be workbooks or no for this year with the ELA curriculum?
Yes, so we are in the process of ordering the workbooks for the teachers and for the math teachers. That's new too. So both the math and ELA are Common Core aligned, and you'll be able to look at the links. And if you go, all you have to do is put your email in, and once you go in and look at your email, look under ELA and math. Forget the history part. That's a different course.
Just quick, for Thursday's PD, are we going to have time to work with our ELA and math partners to do a little bit of planning? Okay.
Definitely. There's actually going to be a whole activity just put together.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so back to the curriculum. I guess my question also is, does everyone, and I'll be able to read the forms, but is there anyone that doesn't feel that comfortable facilitating these sessions or has any concerns that are kind of like burning questions that they wanted to talk about, or everyone feels pretty comfortable? I know you don't have the binders yet. We didn't get that because we purposely didn't want everyone to have to go back and go through the binders.
Smart move, good pedagogy.
So we'll be giving that to you, and obviously, as the year goes by, anything that comes up. So for the last half hour, it's all going to be forms now, fun stuff. Does anyone have the CAT workshop sign-in sheet? Has everyone had an opportunity to take a look at that?
It's here.
It's here? Okay. The W-9s, that in case you haven't brought your completed one already, there's one in your folder. So Jennifer's going to go around and collect W-9s as well. And then, do you know where the CAT workshop is?
We have it.
We have two.
It's right here.
And then the other two forms that I need you to fill out, the PD evaluation that's in your folder, and then this is just the LINCT questionnaire. I'll hand these out and we'll collect these in a couple minutes. No, that's not.
Sundays I can see the same kids twice, and in a week I see 25